Hey everyone, here are 10 binge-worthy series on Netflix. Part 1. Number 10, Love, Death and Robots. This show focuses on telling different stories each episode with different animation styles. Like you see animation styles that you've probably not seen before, and the stories are very compelling stories that you're not even expecting, stories that are going to surprise you. And with the animation style, everything just works together, and because they tell different stories every episode, it doesn't get boring. It gets even more exciting, that you're so eager to watch the next episode, and you want to watch the next episode because you know you're going to be seeing a different story. So Love, Death and Robots is a very good show. Number 9, How to Sell Drugs Online Fast. This is a German show, and it focuses on a teenage boy that starts selling drugs to impress his ex-girlfriend and gets into the drug world. This relatively good person starts becoming a very unscrupulous person, and just following his journey and seeing how it becomes an unscrupulous person is just something that is very exciting, and I'm definitely sure you're going to enjoy this show, even though it's not English they speak. Number 8, Squid Game. Of all the shows on this list, this one is definitely the most popular one, and I'm sure everyone has seen Squid Game at this point, but that doesn't take away anything from the series. It's a great show, and it's definitely a binge-worthy series. If you haven't seen Squid Game, I don't know what you're doing, my guy. Definitely check it out. Number 7, Narcos. This show follows the story of Pablo Escobar, the drug lord that lived at some point in time, and the people that were trying to catch him. And man, this show was one show that was a very brutal show. It has a lot of brutal scenes, but man, it happened in real life, and it was very compelling to watch. And man, when I watched this show, I couldn't stop watching it because it was an amazing show. I just wanted to see how the whole story was going to play out. And man, I really enjoyed this show. If you've not seen Narcos, definitely need to check it out. Number 6, The Good Place. This show is a comedy show about bad people that made it into heaven. This show deals with serious topics about humanity and life and death, and it also has some very good comedy. Man, you have to watch this show if you haven't seen it, just to even learn more about humanity and to laugh your ass off. Number 5, BoJack Horseman. This show is an animated show, and it follows a horse-like man that is a self-loathing alcoholic. This show deals with some very complex and dark subjects, but it's also very funny. You watch this show and it's going to break you sometimes, but it's also going to make you laugh. But overall, this show is a very good show, and it's honestly one of my favorite shows on this list. You definitely need to check this one out to appreciate it. Number 4, Ozark. I like to call this show a show that everyone breaks bad. The father, the daughter, the mother, and the son, they all move to the Ozarks to become money launderers for a drug lord. And man, all of them start doing really questionable things. It's a very dark show, and it's also fun to just watch this family as all of them go from moral people to morally bankrupt people, and just following their stories, something that was just so good and so fulfilling to watch. If you've not seen Ozark, my guy, I don't know what you're doing now. Number 3, House of Cards. I think this was Netflix's first original show, and it's about politics and a couple that will do anything to get power. And man, when you just watch this show, you might not understand, well, for me, I didn't understand a lot of the politics things or the political terms they were talking about, because I don't really care about politics. I didn't really understand the political terms they were talking about. But man, when I saw the concept of everything that they were doing and how they were struggling to get power and the things that they would do to get power and or keep the power, it just made me appreciate this show and just realize what a gem this show is. If you've not seen House of Cards or you don't care about politics, definitely watch this show. Number 2, Orange is the New Black. Of all the shows on this list, this was the first show I saw, and it has stuck with me the longest. It follows inmates and wardens at a female prison, and it has some really lovable and crazy characters, and it deals with some serious topics, and it also has elements of comedy in it. If you watch this show, I'm 100% sure you're going to love it as much as I loved it. Number 1, Breaking Bad. If you know me, you know that this is my favorite show of all time. I love this show so much. It follows a chemistry teacher that is diagnosed with cancer and is forced to go start selling drugs to be able to provide for his family after he dies. And you just see this man, this relatively nice man, become colder and colder the longer the story gets. And man, you are just enthralled with the story and you just want to see how far this man will go. You know that this man is doing bad things, but you can also support him because you know why he's doing it. And he's smart, and the way he goes about doing his things just makes you get on his side and want to see him succeed. Honestly, I haven't watched any show that has stuck with me and has had an impact on me as much as this show has. Like I said, it's my favorite show of all time. And if you've not seen it, man, I don't know what you're doing. You definitely need to check this show out. So those are 10 binge-worthy shows on Netflix. Kindly like and share this video with your friends or people that I think might like this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.